just talk about the visibility part. So when trans women are always pushing, we're going to be visible, we're going to do this. How do we know you're trans? If we're supposed to assume that you're a woman, how are you going to be visible? How are you going to be visible? Because I thought nobody knew that you were trans. The only way you're going to be visible as a trans person is if we can tell that you're a man trying to be a woman. So, I always wanted to talk about that because they're pushing for visibility, but how are you pushing for visibility and you're not a woman? It's not going to work. And this is why we always have these big arguments and all of this confusion, because they want visibility, but then they get mad when you say, well, I can tell that you're a man in a wig. How else do you think that it's going to be visible? You don't technically look like a woman because you're not a woman. Like, you're literally cosplaying as a woman. But you want visibility for that? Bitch, how are we supposed to know that? Because women that are women don't get up and cosplay. They're just women. So that's something I was thinking about yesterday, because I'm like, why do they keep fighting to be visible? Play the fucking bag, ho. You supposed to just be a regular person. That fighting for visibility is very manly. Everything that they do is very manly because you're fighting for what visibility? You're not fighting for rights to women. You're fighting to be a trans person with visibility. And again, if we can't tell that you're a man in the wig, how are you going to be visible? That's why you're visible, because we can tell that it's a man trying to be a woman. So it makes something in our brain make you stick out even more. That's where the visibility comes in. So maybe, stop running away from the fact that you look like a man, that you are a man. Like, hone in on that, because that's what's going to get you through to the next day. Okay? And if you have a way to describe how you're going to be visible without us knowing that you're a man dressed as a woman, then let me know in the comments, because this is something that I never even thought about until like yesterday. But this is something that I have to ask, because again, how are you going to be visible if nobody knows? If nobody's supposed to know that you're a man, how are you going to get visibility? So you should be fighting for the rights of women, right? And that's not what they're fighting for, because if they was fighting for the rights of women, we wouldn't even have the word trans women. We wouldn't have laws for trans women. But I don't see trans women trying to get laws for actual women. But if you're an actual woman, what do you want laws for women? Why do we need these specific laws for this subgroup of women? Because they're not women.